All right, welcome back inside Studio A. We're in downtown Denver. Brian Roth back with you as we continue here on the Xfinity Sports Report. Time to talk some more baseball. John Cackowski of the Prep Baseball Report joining us. John, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Brian. Appreciate it.
Yeah, John, of course, longtime baseball coach at Highlands Ranch High School, and decided to take on a new venture here. Talk a little bit about Prep Baseball Report. Where did it start? It's a great website.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Prep Baseball Report started 2005 in Illinois. It was actually a print magazine back then. And what Prep Baseball Report's trying to do, we're a scouting service. And now we're up to 22 states, started in the Midwest. And I got a phone call a couple summers ago, asked if I might want to be interested in being a state director to maybe launch Prep Baseball Report here for Colorado. And we have two goals. One, we're a scouting service for kids. 450 colleges subscribe to our website, and it's a way for them to recruit from afar. But we also want to be a good reporting source for high school sports for baseball in our state and get kids' names out there.
Yeah,
so.
But you guys certainly do that. It's really, if you're into high school baseball, check it out again, prepbaseballreport.com. All right, I know nobody covers the state in baseball like you guys do. Let's talk about some of the challengers, possible state championship contenders starting 3A. And it seems like we can just throw a blanket statement out every year. Eaton's the team to beat, but that is the case this year.
Yeah, I would agree. Eaton's got a lot of kids back. They actually have 9 returning starting pitchers back, 9 pitchers that are coming back. Ryan Kohler's coming back. He's a returning starter. They've got a Division I prospect, Matt Burkhart, coming back. He's shortstop. He's their closer. And Coach Danley's going into his 44th year, and I think he's won 785 games or 65, something like that. Only lost 160 somewhat times, and he's been there for 44 years. They do a great job in that program. They're really, really well coached, and I think they're the team to beat for 3A.
Yeah, 10 state championships for Jim Danley there at Eaton. They finished runner-up to Holy Family last year. Throw that knuckle curve.
Yeah,
that's, he teaches it well.
They start teaching it at a young age there too, and I'd like to get my son up there to learn how to do it someday on a Saturday, but I'm sure it takes a lot more than just a Saturday. They do a really good job with that.
All right, let's go to Class 4A, and the defending state champs are back at it. Of course, Green Mountain made that marvelous run. They got hot at the right time last season, end up taking down that 4A crown. Ranked number 1, are they the team to beat in 4A?
I think so. They got everyone back. I think they can even compete in 5A. The Ramirez kid pitching there, he's going to Washburn. He's a heck of a pitcher. He's a gamer on the mound. He had a great day last year on, to get him, put him on the team on the shoulders and win that 4A state championship. Wyatt Featherston's a heck of an athlete. He's one of the top juniors, in our state, I would say, and he might even be a potential draft pick. He's such a great athlete. Shetterly's back in the infield for him, a really good hitter. They're a good team. Yeah. They're solid. They're deep. And Coach Brad Madden, he won a state championship with Golden, and now he's won a state championship at Green Mountain. He's done a great job with that program.
Yeah, they're not going to sneak up on anybody here this year, though. Everybody knows about the Green Mountain Rams. I remember seeing Wyatt Featherston as a freshman a couple of years ago, and just looking at him, so this kid doesn't look like a freshman. He's a big-time athlete. How about some of the other contenders there in Class 4A? Lewis Palmer, a team that had a great season last year. They have one of the top juniors in the state.
Yeah, Paul Tolotzen. He throws over 90 miles per hour. He's already been committed to Nebraska as a junior, and we had a chance to see him at an event we did at the end of February. He's a very talented pitcher, effortless on the mound, throws 3 pitches for strikes, and he can also hit. They'll be in the mix for sure. I always think Wheat Ridge is going to be there, coached by Adam Miller. He's been there for a long time. Willie Harris is their center fielder. He can run like the wind, a really good hitter. They just find ways to win at Wheat Ridge, and I think they'll be in the mix too.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really tough 4A Jefferson County Conference. And again, you talk about Green Mountain being in there. Valor Christian is in there. Evergreen's in there. Devlin, to this point, is undefeated. That'll be a fun race to watch as the season goes along. But it's not just the Denver schools. You mentioned Lewis Palmer, but the guys down in Pueblo playing some pretty good baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Pueblo East, Pueblo South, Pueblo West, they're all talented, and they all play each other. Yeah. That's a great rivalry they got down there. I'm looking forward to going and watching them play at some point. They've got really good talented baseball in Pueblo, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, there's no question about that. So that's a look at Class 4A. Let's move to Class 5A. Really, at the start of the season, I think a lot of folks said, okay, look at Regis. I know they're a little bit young, but this could be Regis's year. But I mean, they have 7 losses already. What's going on?
Well, I think they play a tough out-of-state schedule too, and I think with all the seniors that graduated last year, you probably have to look at there's some chemistry that they're still trying to build, and they just entered league season, and they've got a big target on their back. They're Regis, and I think that. I'm assuming they will make the playoffs. You wouldn't want to face them. They've got Brent Schwartz going there. He's committed to Rice. Yeah. They got Bo Weiss, who's a junior. He's committed to North Carolina. But they also
Weiss's son. Right.
Walt Weiss's son, yeah. And they've got arms, but they've just got to get some new experience going. And I think that Matt Schmidt, the third baseman, he had 2 home runs the other night in a game. He's going to Texas. I mean, so on paper they look good. Right. I think it's just a matter of putting it together, and everyone looks at them as the team to beat. Yeah,
the defending state champs in Rocky Mountain. They had a feature on them earlier this year. They did not bring back a single pitcher that threw an inning last season, but here they are, ranked #1 in the state, and boy, they have some pretty good bats.
Well, they've been to the state championship game at the 5A level 6 times in the last 8 years, right. And so I think that they're a program, one of the few at the 5A level that they're going to reload, and they're very talented. They've actually got a sophomore right now, Sorensen, who might be their best hitter. They hit. Yeah. They can swing it. And the pitching, they're going to try to find out what their identity is on the mound and see who's going to step up and probably lead them to another deep 5A playoff run.
Yeah, the job that Scott Bullock has done there at Rocky Mountain, it's been
impressive.
Phenomenal. I mean, they've just created a culture, and it has just taken off. Speaking of a culture of winning, Cherry Creek, of course, the job Mark Johnson's done. Bruins are right there too.
Oh, they are, and they'll be there. They're again another team that they're a little younger than they normally are. Blake Goldsberry, he's probably their leader on the mound, and he's doing a really good job, and he didn't pitch last year. He only played third base. Well, now this year he's the starting shortstop, and he's pitching. He's off to a really good start on the mound. They've got a freshman starting for him, Tanner Otremba, who's hitting cleanup, and he's raking it. He's doing a great job, and I think it's the first time in maybe who knows how many years that a freshman has started for Cherry Creek. So they're doing pretty good. They'll be right there in the mix at the end. They have some talent still.
Yeah, if you're going to be a freshman and start and hit cleanup for Mark Johnson's team,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's really neat.
You're going to be pretty good. All right, let's take a look at some of the top prospects. Let's start with the junior class. Sure. Some pretty good arms.
Well, yeah, we mentioned Tillotson earlier. We mentioned Weiss, they're juniors. I think you need to mention Jake Eisler for Thunder Ridge. Probably the most polished pitcher of the state. He's going to Texas Christian. And then you've got to mention Maverick Hanley is a catcher at Mullen. He's committed to Stanford. And then Tommy Gilman of Columbine, he's already committed to Texas A&M. But, there's a kid out there that I really like, 2 kids. One, Preston Snavely. He's committed to Wichita State. He's throwing 92 miles per hour in a game the other night. And Austin Wood for Silver Creek. He's throwing 90. And he was a quarterback for them. And I think that there's some kids in that class that really are good arms. It's a really deep, talented class, the 2016 class.
Yeah, how about the 2015 class, the seniors here this year? And I know one of those guys very well, and Nick Shumpert.
Yeah, and I'm really, really happy for Nick. He is having a heck of a season. I mean, I would not want to pitch to him right now if I'm a high school kid. He's obviously going to be look to be drafted this year, probably pretty high. But I think a couple other kids. He's a preseason All-American. I think you got to look at Greg Pickett for Legend. He's starting to hit the ball and hit some home runs for him right now. And I think you look at Wyatt Cross for Legacy. He's going to North Carolina. He's a draft kid. And, I think another kid in that class is still for whatever reason sometimes flying on the radar. He threw a perfect game the other night. Ryan Madden,
from
Fairview. He's throwing 93 miles per hour, and he's going to Oklahoma. He's going to be a draft kid. Yeah. So it'll be interesting how that shakes out with that, when that time comes. But there's definitely talent in that 2015 class too.
Yeah, really talent across the
All-American
state of Colorado. It's a fun time of year if you're a baseball fan here in the state. Well, John, appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much.
Prep Baseball Report. I've been to it. It's a great site, and if you have an opportunity to get by there, certainly check it out. You guys are doing great work.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for having us. It means a lot.
Okay, John Cackowski, former head coach at Highlands Ranch, now runs PBR, PrepBaseballReport.com. We'll be back, wrap up the show coming up after this. Stay with us here on the Xfinity Sports Report.